All right, we're gonna start in a comfortable seat. If you would like to sit on top of a blanket or a couple pillows, it can be really nice for the hips to be higher than the knees. So you could have a blanket folded a few times and just stick it right under the tailbone. That makes it easier to sit up tall. Same thing with a couple pillows. So do what you need so that you can, best as you can, just sit tall. You can have the legs crossed, you can have a leg out. When we do some side stretches here in a moment, you'll pull the leg back in if that's reasonable for your knees and your legs. If not, you can have the legs straight. And anytime that you're seated, whether the legs are straight or bent, it can be really helpful to have the hips up. So with that, let's get started. Coming to a comfortable seat, feeling your breath, feeling your body, just checking in. You can soften the gaze or close your eyes. Taking a few deep breaths. Inhaling wide, exhaling tall. Lifting the rib cage up away from the hips, the head up away from the shoulders. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. Twice more. Big inhale. Let it go. One more time. Big inhale, both arms reach up overhead. Exhale, right hand down by your hip. You can stay right here as you reach up through the right fingertips, or you can walk that hand away. Get just as deep as you can. Maybe the elbow comes down to the floor. You can roll a little front to back. Opening up through the chest. And then inhale back through center. And exhale over to the left. Just opening and closing that top arm. Inhale back through center. Both hands come behind the hips. You can be on fingertips. You don't have to have the wrists on the ground. You're going to roll the shoulder blades in toward one another. Heart open. Breathing into the chest and the belly. And then as you exhale, take your hands over the legs for a gentle forward fold. Sometimes I like to sway a little side to side. You can let your head and neck relax. Just checking in with the hips, checking in with the low back. And then inhale back through center. And you're going to lean back, switch the crossing of the legs. Big inhale, reaching up. Exhale over to the right. And inhale through center. And exhale over to the left. Inhale through center. Both hands behind the hips. Open the heart. Shoulder blades roll in toward one another. And if you can't go back very far, you just have the fingertips on the ground. You're reaching your heart forward. And then on an out breath, bring the hands over the legs. Gentle sway side to side. Inhale, bring it back in. And we're going to move to all fours. So if you need a little support for the knees, you can have that blanket there to give you some extra cushion. If your wrists can't support the hands and the arms, then you're just going to come up onto your fists. From here, you're going to take an inhale, let the belly drop, come into your cow, chin lifts. As you exhale, pull the belly in, tuck your pubic bone, and round into your cat. And then maybe take a little roll side to side. Go in both directions. And then from here, you can keep your hand in a fist, excuse me. You're gonna take your right foot back, and you're gonna tuck your toes. Ball of the foot's on the floor, and you're just gonna shift your weight back into the heel, stretching out the back of that leg. And then same thing, other side. Big inhale. Let it go. And then bringing it back to all fours. We're gonna bring your right leg up off of the floor in line with your hip. Both hip bones point down. You can either balance on the left fingertips, pull the belly button and use your core. Option, bring that arm forward. If you can, try and get the bicep in line with the ear. If that doesn't work, just keep the hands down. Just work with the feet or the legs. And then other side, left foot comes up, belly in, strong core, reaching maybe through the right fingertips or just having the fingertips balanced on the floor. And then we'll bring it back to all fours. You're gonna spread your knees wider than your hips, big toes come together. Bring your hips back to your heels for child's pose. Let your head rest in between the arms. Now this is a pose that can feel nice with a pillow. If it feels not okay on your low back or on your knees, you're gonna bring the pillow behind the knees on top of your shins, and you're just gonna rest onto that pillow. That can be a really nice support here. If you can't get your head down, you can use the other pillow to rest your forehead on. From here, we're gonna lift and come to standing. So you can just step it forward, keep your head and neck down. Now bend the knees a lot. Bring your belly towards your thighs, and then just let your head and neck relax over the legs, long spine. Doesn't matter how far your knees bend, they do not have to be straight. From here, you can just stay right here, or you could reach for opposite elbows, and then just give yourself a little sway side to side. You can bring one leg towards straight, then the other. Let your head and neck relax. Deep breath. And then release the arms, and we're gonna slowly bring it up. Inhale halfway, fingertips to shins. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, belly button in, come all the way up to stand. And then we're gonna inhale the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, you're gonna grab your right wrist. You're gonna reach up and over, little side stretch. Option, you can take your right foot behind you. Get a full side stretch. Then back through center. Grab a hold of the left wrist. Left foot can step back. Side stretch. Back to center, big inhale. Exhale, reach back, little back bend. And inhale, up. Exhale, hinging from your hips, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, bring it halfway up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale all the way to stand, arms reach up. Exhale, grab a hold of the right wrist, step your right foot back behind you, little side stretch. Inhale, back through center, and switching sides. Grab a hold of the wrist, reach up into the side, and back through center. Exhale, little back bend. Engage your glutes, and exhale, bring it back down to the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, let it go. We're gonna do one more time like this. Inhale, reach it up. Right wrist, side body stretch. Inhale through center, switch sides. And exhale, sink in. Bring it back through center, maybe a little reach back. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring it halfway up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, belly in, bring it all the way up to stand. Arms can rest at your sides. All right, you're gonna step your feet from here about hip width apart, toes facing forward, and then we're gonna soften through the knees. Just give it a little bounce here. Pull your belly button in, pull your front ribs in, and then keeping that engagement of the core, bring your legs towards straight. Now from here, reach through your fingertips, palms face open, face forward. Trying to open up a little bit through the shoulders. This is your mountain. Strong and sturdy, no matter the weather. From here, we're gonna take your right foot back. So you're just gonna take a step back into your high lunge. Take a moment here. You can soften through the back knee and try and tuck your pubic bone. So if you're really far forward, it can hurt the low back. So just tucking the pubic bone, bending through the knee, opening up through the front of this hip. Big inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower that back knee to the mat. If you need a blanket, if you need some padding, grab that. Inhale, bring the hips slightly forward, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms, bend the elbows at 90 degrees, pull the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, you're gonna bring your hands down and begin to shift your hips back. If you can, bring your hands to the floor. You might scoot your front foot out a little bit and then take your right thumb and you're gonna hook at your hip crease and just draw your hip crease back. For more of a stretch, flex the front toes towards your face. Take a breath here. Awesome. We're gonna come back through your lunge, tucking your back toes, lift your back knee, and just step forward. Now we're gonna take the left foot back, so big step back with the left foot. Again, you can tuck the pubic bone, soften through the back knee, really get the stretch in the front of that thigh. Exhale, bring your back knee down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, elbows out to the side, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shift the hips back. You can adjust the front heel forward. And then take your left hand and you're gonna bring your left foot back behind you, your left hip crease back as you stretch over that front leg. On your in-breath, bring it back towards your lunge and then come to stand. Coming into your mountain, we're gonna bring the weight onto your right foot, left toes on the floor. We're just gonna circle the ankle, both directions. There's no weight in my right foot. And then I'm gonna take my toes, I'm gonna tuck my toes, point my foot, and then just press into the top of my foot. Be mindful, if this is painful, don't push it. And then same thing, other side, little ankle stretch, ankle circles. You might have some crackles and pops. And then you're gonna take the top of the foot to the floor as you press in, keep the belly in, keep the front ribs in. Standing tall, deep breath. Awesome. From here, come back to stand. And then we're gonna take a big inhale up and exhale to your forward fold. Bend your knees, let your head and neck relax. Take a breath. Inhale, bring it halfway up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale all the way to stand, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. From here, we're gonna take hands down by your sides, and we're gonna do a little bit of work on the shoulders. So we're gonna take your arms behind you. See if you can interlace the fingers. If you can, you're gonna grab a hold of the fingers and then reach the knuckles towards the floor, rolling the shoulders back, shoulder blades in toward one another. If that does not work, you're gonna just reach for opposite elbows. That's gonna be a little bit more accessible. And you're just gonna work on this, pulling the shoulders back as you bring your heart forward. Deep breath here. Release the arms, maybe shake them out a little bit. You're gonna take your right hand up, inhale. As you exhale, bend the elbow. And then bring your left hand to your tricep, to your elbow. And you're gonna just give it a little tricep stretch there. And then push your elbow into your hand, resist it. And then let it relax. Maybe you go a little bit deeper. One more time like that. Resist, push into your hand, and relax. Maybe it goes a little deeper. One more time like that. Pushing into the hand, give yourself some resistance, and then let it go. And we're gonna release the arms, maybe shake them out. And we're gonna inhale your left arm up. Exhale, bend the elbow. Hand just reaches to wherever it reaches. You're gonna take your right hand to your left elbow and give yourself a nice little stretch. And you can press into the hand, give yourself resistance, and then relax. Maybe it goes a little bit deeper. Twice more like that. Give yourself a little resistance, push into the hand, and relax. One more time. Then release the arms, make them a little shake. Next, we're gonna do cow face arms. So cow face is one that can be really inaccessible for a lot of us. So we're gonna work on it. We're just gonna get to where we get to. You're gonna inhale, bring your right hand up. Exhale, hand towards the bottom of your neck. Then you're gonna take your left hand and you're either gonna bring the back of your left hand to your low back. You can stay right here, or you can reach up with the fingertips towards your right shoulder blade. Staying here for a breath. And big inhale, and then release. Inhale, bring your left arm up, bend at the elbow, let it rest on the back of your neck. Then you're gonna take your right hand, you're gonna internally rotate, so back of the hand is gonna go to the low back. Keep the core tight, belly in, ribs in, standing tall. You can stay right here, or you can begin to reach up with your bottom fingertips. And slowly release on an out breath. Beautiful. From here, take a big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Big inhale, standing tall. As you exhale, sit your booty back, come into a chair. Keep the low belly in, tucking the pubic bone. There shouldn't be any pinching in the low back. You can have a wide stance here. You don't have to have the feet together. They can be hip width. The toes can turn out a little bit. And then just working on lowering down, another breath. And slowly bring it up. Big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, come to sit on the floor. If you need that blanket or pillow, you can sit on a support. Then we're going to draw the inner soles of the feet together, knees go wide. Doesn't matter how close the heels are. You can be more of a diamond shape. Sometimes this is a lot easier on our bodies. So find a sweet spot that feels manageable to stay with. And then you can take your hands behind your hips, fingertips behind the hips. You don't have to put weight on the wrists. And work on rolling the shoulders back, reaching up through the heart as you get a little inner thigh stretch. You can stay here, or on your out breath, you can fold forward. Butterfly. Staying here for a breath. And then inhaling, bringing it back up. And just sitting in a comfortable spot, you can kick a leg out. You're gonna roll the shoulders back. And then bring your right ear towards your right shoulder as you bring your left fingertips to the floor by your hip. Then you're gonna walk the fingertips out away from you, and you should feel this stretch from your neck all the way down into the arm. So find a sweet spot here. If you want a little bit more, you can take your right hand to the outer left side of the head and just give yourself a little bit of resistance. You're not like pushing on the head, you're just kind of letting the weight of your hand guide you. And then inhaling back. Exhale, and then we're going to go this other side, left ear towards the left shoulder, fingertips to the mat, walk the hands out away from you. Bring opposite hand to the side of the head if that feels good. And slowly release. Now we're going to roll onto your back. You can lay on a blanket if you need some support. We're going to roll onto your back, pull the knees into the chest, just give yourself a nice little squeeze, maybe rock side to side or draw circles with the knees. Go both ways if you're circling, just a couple times. And then we're going to take your right knee into the chest, keep it there, left leg goes long. Big inhale. As you exhale, draw the right knee, across the body. And just come into a gentle twist. Doesn't have to be deep. Try and keep both shoulders on the floor and gaze wherever is comfortable for the neck. Inhaling back through center. Exhaling, both knees in. Let your right leg go long. Big inhale, left knee in. Exhale, take it for a twist, bringing the knee across the body. You can look over the opposite shoulder. You can look straight up. No pinching in the neck here. Deep breath. Then bring it back through center. And then let both legs go long. You can let your arms rest by your sides. You could have a pillow under the knees, or you could bend the knees and have the feet wider than the hips. Let the knees fall in towards one another. Take your left hand to your heart, option. Right hand to your belly. And take some deep breaths into your hands. Fill the belly, fill the chest. Twice more. And then slowly release the hands. You could lie here and do a meditation or just rest for a few more deep breaths. Or if you're done, you can slowly roll to your side and just ease yourself up to a seat. Thank you so much for joining me for this little yoga practice. It was a pleasure to guide you. I hope you have a wonderful evening or day, whenever it is that you're watching this. May you move forward with grace, with ease. Namaste.